Okay. Third time's the charm.
This is, and I'm not kidding you, the third time that I've filmed me exploring Guinea Bissau in the last 2 days. I have learned so much about Guinea Bissau over the last 2 days that I honestly feel like I can't not put out something about it. It's an interesting country. It's got some beautiful things to see. There's certainly a lot to sort of delve into. For some reason, my iPad doesn't record it. Well, the first time it saved the last 5 minutes. Second time it saved the last 17 minutes of an hour-long freaking recording, so you can kind of understand how frustrated I am about this. Yeah, I'm just gonna get started recording right now. Love that. Welcome to Guinea Bissau. It's on the west coast of Africa. I have said this so many times now. I hope I don't forget to mention anything. It is one of the smallest countries on the African continent. Obviously, that's discounting like Cape Verde, Tal Somé, and the other islands around. It's got one major city, which is Bissau, and it's got several other cities dotting around it, as you might expect, but they're not grand. This is Gabu. It is the largest city on the east of Guinea-Bissau, and it's a population of 37,000 people. Beautifully dense. I'm in love with it. I particularly love the coastline up here, Varela National Park. It just looks like some mountain range, and then you zoom in, and there's actually agriculture. It so smoothly blends in with the natural landscape that you hardly even notice it. And I think that's beautiful. That looks so much like a cell structure. It's gorgeous. One of the main agriculture products of Guinea-Bissau is rice. There's also peanuts. Cashew is a historic cash crop. So I bet that's where some of the rice is produced. I read somewhere that 30% of arable land in Guinea-Bissau, arable meaning land that could be used to produce agriculture, is used for rice. And that's, of course, the as you probably see, the border between Guinea-Bissau and Senegal. It looks like there is actually a physical line. Here's a place where someone looks across the street and see there's neighbors in a different country. That's really interesting. Whoa, this is weird. It's interesting how it kind of branches out from this one point. Yeah, I actually haven't seen this part before. So this is now Senegal that we're looking at. Here's a small town. It's really interesting to see these sort of semicircular motifs that keep showing up. That really fascinates me. A recreation center in Senegal. Is that an airport? It's an airport! Let's go back to Guinea-Bissau, though, because I've explored it too much not to look at it. This is Bissau. Bissau, it's the capital of Guinea-Bissau. I'm not fully sure what this is. It's probably some sort of spire monument for something significant to the founding of Guinea-Bissau. It's got about 400,000 people, and Guinea-Bissau has a population of 1.8 million people as of, I think it's 2018. There are a lot of interesting things to see. Unfortunately, not many photographs have been shared on the Google Maps. There's not major buildings around. This is one of the bigger buildings. You'll see the hospital. Here's the massive rec center, I would assume that to call it. Looks like it's got tennis courts, maybe a basketball court, and of course the giant football field. A lot of churches. It's a predominantly Christian country with a strong Muslim minority there. Something like 40% of the population or 30-something% of the population is Muslim. I love that. The photographer did not have any patience for that girl. Oh, that's cool. I feel like I've seen that kind of photograph before, though. It's the National Ethnographic Museum of Guinea-Bissau, established 1988. A lot of photos of people. This guy's working it, and no art, I guess. Here's the Evangelical Church. Nice shoes. The German Embassy. Is that really the German Embassy? Doesn't look like a very grand building for Germany. There's a lot of selfies of people on Google Maps here. I'm kind of loving it. It's a mosque. It's pretty. Oh, here's the airport. If you're going to go visit Guinea-Bissau at some point, this is what you'll be seeing, assuming you're not already there. Or if you're there and you're trying to get out, this is what you'll be seeing. Looks like pretty drab interior, but clean. There's a plane, another plane, small little plane. Beer. I guess this is what it would look like to fly out of there at night. More photos of people because it's Google Maps, so of course. Now we're going to be looking at the club. This right now is Discotheque Tabanca. One of the things I learned is that what you can do is you can go to these clubs, you can buy an entire bottle of vodka and write your name on the label. And if you don't finish it that night, you can just leave it at the club, give it to the bartender, assuming, and then come back later that week. And the bottle will still be there for you. How cool is that? So I love that idea. I love the idea of just like having a bottle of vodka, not in my home, but just at the club. I'm assuming that's those are like the football stars, right? Soccer to the Americans. I am an American. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you might be from Guinea Bissau. It's interesting. I just noticed that this is the second photograph of a bottle turned on its side like that. I wonder if that's intentional. King's Club is, I think, the place to go. Okay, maybe not. Let's read the reviews though. Cool. 3 stars. 1 star. Had a good view. Outdoors. 5 stars. It's a lot of fun. 1 star. It's very quiet. 4 stars. The city planning here in Bissau interests me because it looks like there's a lot of different developments that came into one. Because there's this center place, which was almost certainly the colonial center. Because you have this colonial era cathedral. Very regimental on the grid pattern. Clearly not where the center of travel is. Because if you look over at this, from space, that's where I would guess the life of this city is. And it certainly extends to this roundabout, which is almost there, but like it looks like there's no one there. It's not a place to be. You want to be here. Here's what it looks like from above. That looks like a market space. Oh, look how colorful that like single row is, but here's another view. It's about 7.5 kilometers long. And here's cashew nuts. That's what cashews actually look like before they're harvested. Here's a paper from 2 Portuguese academics about sustainable construction architecture in Guinea-Bissau, opportunities and challenges. Exploring the uses of local resources produced with natural raw materials like earth. It's one of the essential measures in the path for sustainable construction in Guinea-Bissau. It's looking for passive design strategies for comfort. That's always an interesting topic whenever you're looking at low-cost development. Okay, I love that. Looks like a lot of empty lots. What happened there? And then also, I'm pretty sure these are abandoned houses. Here's another abandoned house. Oh, and then this also interested me. I'm not sure what's up with this. It looks like future urban planning. Okay. Ooh, and there's one thing that I found. Blew my mind away. It's this drink from an Arabic restaurant in Bissau. Has freaking cashews and sprinkles on top. I don't know what it is. It might be like some sort of like Starbucksy drink. But it's fascinating, and I want to be able to try it. I tried looking up for a recipe. No success. You know what this drink is. Please let me know. I want to find it. I want to try it. I know you want to try it. I know if you know it, you want me to try it. Please pass me the name of the drink. Don't report me. Here's an Italian restaurant. I could go for some pizza right now. It actually looks like some pretty good pasta. Whoa, that's some big thing of cheese. Super Bach. Portuguese. Honestly, that does not look bad. I would go. Chips. That looks like the coronavirus. That's a kebab with, I think, like some sort of onion caramelized or treated some other way with chips. It looks like a very easy dish to do if you are looking for cooking inspiration. Just some sort of meat or meat substitute with onions, green tomatoes, chips, raw onion on the side. I might try that for later. Now, I want to go explore the east of Guinea-Bissau, the countryside, the rural parts. Still my favorite thing. Let's look at the east of Guinea-Bissau. It is the countryside, the rural parts, the places where you get to see more fun footpaths growing through the forest. It's seriously so cool. I can't get over how interesting it is to think about how just people walking have shaped the way how this natural landscape looks. And of course, Gabu is not a good example of that since it's so developed. Okay, I'm also very fascinated by these small little towns that kind of pop out around. They have such a big footprint around them. You can clearly see them from above. Here's Che. I bet these are the thatched roofed places. It looks like there must be some dirt or some glare on the lens though. Google Maps, you gotta fix it. It looks like a passageway if you want to pass just the Rio Carubal. Was there anything here? Another town. This countryside is just filled with people. And like you can see these round houses really blend in with the trees. I almost missed them. Yeah, there's more here too. I love these little trees that are popping around here. This must be a small little river. Maybe it's underground or something, but there must be some sort of water there. It looks like veins going through the landscape. It's so beautiful. Are these clouds? Yeah. I thought Google Maps wasn't supposed to have any clouds. What the hell, Google? I must switch to Bing Map. I'm never going to do that. Could you imagine? Whoa, it's like 8 people living there. I love this small little town. I feel like these kind of towns are what you need to be studying if you want to learn how a city should be shaped. Because they are the ones that are shaped directly by human intervention, human need. I'm thinking there are a lot of lessons to be learned from here. Another thatched roof, maybe? Another roundhouse. Another small little town. Bafata? Wow, that's actually pretty big. They have a cathedral. Pretty church. And it's a mosque. Very pretty. It's getting pretty dark here, isn't it? Sorry about that. It's a very wide street here, but it looks like most of the development is around here. That looks like a market space, maybe. That looks like another important building. Ooh, port. It's really fascinating to me how these cities do not do the European thing. They don't develop right next to the river. They're always just a little bit away from it. Especially like here you can see. I bet it's because this river rises and falls. Oh, it's agriculture. They're using agriculture right next to it. Ooh, this looks like a lot of action. This looks like a lot of fun. Oh, another destroyed building. Another abandoned building, that is. Another mosque. There's something that just feels very comfortable about this city. It just looks pleasant. But then you do notice all of these abandoned buildings with no roof, and then you realize that it's almost certainly very economically depressed. What is that? It's very tree dotted. City Beautiful would love this. There's like a lot more people here. They all look about the same size of land cleared for these cluster towns, but they vary greatly in terms of how much development is actually put into each cluster. I would be really interested if anyone can share with me a sort of study about these towns, just in terms of land use management, and why they clear out a very similar amount of space around them, and then varying degrees of development. And then this is another cluster, but they haven't torn out nearly as much. Oh, this is very big, much more loosely developed. Looks like they're doing something with these trees too in terms of harvesting something. And then look at these footpaths. Oh, look at how many footpaths are just radiating out of Fosse, however you say it. And same with this town too. It looks like this image is like brain cells that are like connecting out to everything. And it in a sort of macro scale, I think of it kind of in a beautiful similarity to how electricity moves from one brain cell to the other, because I'm sure this connects with something else. Yeah. And it's so funny how this little node here is where all of the footpaths get cleared, and this will go to that, and that will go to that, and this road will lead you to here, and this road leads to here and here, and then it all leads back to Fosse. Oh, it's so beautiful. This entire country is dotted with these small little footpaths that are connecting the entire place together. It just fills me with so much hope for how inevitable networks are when there's people around. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I don't know where to end. I guess actually where I want to end is, in my first recording, actually what I was doing is I was admiring this volcano in Cape Verde. It's nuts. It looks like a massive volcano with another volcano inside of it. I don't understand it. It kind of scares me. I'm worried that by acknowledging it, I might freak it out. But yeah, I was admiring Cape Verde. Then suddenly my attention was caught from the striking blue coastline around Guinea Bissau. I don't know. That might just be... It looks like it might just be Google Maps doing something weird with its color correction. But it's very striking and beautiful. And when you look in it, oh, I forgot this too. I just love the contrast with all these bright white colors and green and sort of earth brownish maroon in that dark, dark water, which isn't reflecting any light off of it. Ooh, it zooms in and you get to see some red too. It's beautiful. It looks so foreign. Like, it doesn't look like anywhere else on Earth. It's so pretty. This too, this looks very Martian. Like, this looks so foreign to me. It's here, it's on Earth. Oh my god, look at that green. That's phenomenal. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I don't have the words to describe how beautiful I find it. There's just something so pleasing about the way how nature moves Earth that I love. And I think that might be where I end it. I loved exploring around Guinea Bissau. I loved seeing Bissau, the actual city at the center. I loved seeing Gabu, that small little eastern town. It's a very cool country. I don't know why. Guinea, right south of it, is also a very cool country. This freaking city, Conakry, is so weird. Like, it's so dense. It just looks like sand jutting out from the earth. So I might have to explore that in another episode, but I just don't have the time for that for this one. It's just so beautiful to see the natural landscape. I'm just in awe, as always. I hope you enjoyed this episode about Guinea-Bissau. I hope you enjoyed the club scene. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different faces that have been posted, the random different things all around the city. Exploring the countryside, exploring the east of Guinea-Bissau was pretty. It's good to see the roads. It's really fascinating, like I said. I only wish that my words could match this sort of passion that I feel towards just the beauty of that countryside. It was so cool to see those like little nodes of towns and seeing the footpaths. It just feels like the expression of a network on the scale of a country that I love, and it gives me hope for humanity. I don't know if it's worth it, but there's a pandemic right now. You might as well get out where you can. I gotta believe that. This has been great. Please subscribe, like my video, that would help a lot. Bye-bye!